You know, as an angler, there are places you find out about and you know that one day you have to get there. For me, Vanuatu is high up on that list. From everything I've seen over there, guys are catching giant trevally and dogtooth tuna on poppers and jigs, and that's right up my alley. I've always wanted to get a dogtooth, and I know GT's put up an amazing fight. And James Peters feels the same way. James is my go-to captain for any Louisiana fishing, plus he's one of my best friends. So when we got the chance to go down there, we wasted no time to plan the adventure of a lifetime. And before we knew it, we were headed halfway across the world to chase after massive GTs and dogtooth tuna with a whole lot of adventure mixed in. 2 naps, 3 movies, 14 hours later, I finally touched down in Auckland, New Zealand, where I'll be meeting James, and from there, it's only one flight to Port Vila, Vanuatu. We spent 10 hours in LA. Now we're in this nice airport here in Auckland. We got about 25 more minutes. We're gonna board our last flight to Port Vila, Vanuatu. Once we get there, right to the boat, right to the mothership, right to fishing. It's a long trip, but good group of guys, have fun, enjoy the travel time. It's not that bad at all. We're nearing 30 hours of travel time, but we finally arrive at our destination, and are quickly greeted by the owner of Ocean Blue, Anthony Pisano. From talking with the guy on the phone, he sounded like a great dude, and he's gonna be going over the game plan for this trip before we head out directly to the mothership. As we venture closer to the resort, the reality begins to set in. I'm halfway across the world with one of my best friends and a whole lot of fishing ahead of us. What more can anyone ask for? We made it.
Welcome to Trees and Fishes.
After 30 hours.
30 hours.
We made it.
So what the plan is this afternoon, just heading through the channel up to the island of MI. Head out for a bit of a fish here to Cook's Reef, and try and get the late dogtooth bite, and then you just settle down there for the night. Then early tomorrow morning, going to make a beeline straight to here, which is a place called Masculine Islands. And so generally the next few days you'll just be spending here. So once we get in here, there's a lot of different islands and reef systems. Yeah, there's a couple of seamounts out here. Now, it is going to be windy the next couple of days, so we'll see how we go getting there. But I want to try a few different spots we haven't fished before as well. You know? So that's effectively the plan for the next couple of days.
I'm stoked. And being on one of Vanuatu's many secluded islands makes this so much sweeter.
This place is paradise. Definitely, it's called living the dream. Living the dream. I started fishing with Jared before he got to the pros. He was still at Indiana playing ball, and his passion for fishing is better than almost anybody I've ever met. He loves it, you know, so it's always a pleasure to fish with somebody who enjoys fishing that much.
After a debriefing of tomorrow's plan, we head to the mothership, our home for the next week. And I swear, when I travel, I'm always hungry. All right, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
Yep. Man, chicken potato chips, man, what a good idea. We get over to the mothership, and man, I'm usually not a fan of staying out overnight on boats, but this thing is nice. It's a 65-foot catamaran, complete with the forward cabin, accommodating up to 4 anglers, a solar panel, as well as port and starboard cabins that can room 2 anglers each. Finally in paradise, and it's raining with some distant storms. But we'll be staying closer inshore today, so besides a bumpy ride out there, we should be fine. Today's a brand new day, full day of fishing, so we'll see what happens. A lot of good areas we're gonna go to. We're gonna go about 30 miles to the north and try these islands I fished last year. The local people there are amazing. The fishing was really good, so I'm excited about it. So the plan is to hop onto their 32-foot center consoles and run to these reefs. We'll be using large topwater plugs and jigs to see if we can entice these dogtooth and GTs off the reef below. The fishing is technical and the hits are hard, right up my alley. We're we're fishing this inlet right here, and we're just throwing them way back and just popping them. Trying to cover water as much as we can. We're finally at our islands we want to be at, so we'll see what happens. Not even 15 minutes into fishing and working this popper over the reef, I'm hooked up. I really hope it's a dogtooth I came all this way for. Come on, fish. And it is. Doggy on, baby. I can't believe how well this dogtooth crushed this jig. It's amazing. Fresh sashimi.
Green doggy on the dog.
That's what came down here for. So our first doggy of the trip, fresh sashimi right here. Doggy got on a jig, a small 150-gram jig. Tough fight. I mean, these fish get so much bigger than this. And how hard they fight, the way they fight, man, is amazing. It hasn't even been 1 minute since I put my fish in the cooler, and I hear James, one of my best friends, get tight.
That's gonna hit him at 112.
I love this place. Keep going, just keep building. Keep building.
I'm gonna keep cranking. Is that too high?
I know James, and there's no way that he's giving up this easily. Just keep going, just keep reeling.
GT on the board, any way we can take it.
Caught fish.
I guess I might owe you something.
No. I think those rods have a lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty. First GT, heard about him, read about him. Now I got one. Thank you, Mr. Jerry Jeffries. Ain't as pretty as the blue ones.
They fight hard, though.
GT, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you gotta blow out gear to catch fish.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Almost had a heart attack.
Man, this is one after the other. The action is nonstop.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, color. That's a good old cyst hook. Another dog about the same size on a stick bait. We're gonna throw him back in the water real quick. Let him live. We don't want to kill no more of them. If Cap never would have had me try this, I never would have believed this would work. I don't know. You throw it out, let it sink, and then just crank as fast as you can. Carpenter Pandora, about a 30, 40-pound doggy. It's crazy that we're catching all these fish on poppers. We're making this look way too easy.
Oh, right behind it. Son of a...
This is why I brought James on this trip. Some people love to fish, and James, he loves to fish. Coral trout.
What is that?
It's a nice one.
Oh.
It's called a coral trout.
That is a cool fish.
Yeah.
Coral trout. I knew that. Known these my whole life. God, look at that red.
Nice fish, though. Drop him back in.
90% of offshore fishing is having a bait you got confidence in, and I don't know why I picked this one, but I started out this morning with it, and it's been a good one. Now I won't put it down. When I lose it, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. Definitely working today, though.
Right now, James doesn't know that his lucky lure is the only one I have like it. I have two of everything in the world except for that lure. I just pray he doesn't lose that lure today. Maybe tomorrow, the next day, just not today. Man, I usually have two of every lure I own with me because every fisherman knows there's nothing worse than losing your only successful rig. The funny thing is, though, we fished the rest of the day without a single bite. So I don't know whether James talked up that lure too much or the bite just turned off. But I know for a fact I have to fish another day. But the day is not over yet. We're gonna head back, get cleaned up, and head to one of the local tribes in the area. I've seen it, and I want to take you there.